if you can, or just get comfortable. We're going to start the presentation. And always in the theme of diversity and inclusion, I'd like to welcome Christy, who will be doing ASL, sign language interpretation. Welcome, everybody. How exciting. Thank you for attending the flag raising ceremony. Today marks the beginning of 2022 Windsor Essex Pride Fest, now celebrating its 30th anniversary. And even to acknowledge that this Pride organization was one of the few to pull off a Pride Fest during COVID restrictions, and they did it safely. They brought the community together last year. And today we're both here physically and online through Facebook Live. My name's Mel Lucier and I'll be your MC for today. And if anybody knows me, because I'm being interpreted, I'm gonna have to really speak slower. Windsor Essex Pride Fest is an incorporated not-for-profit organization that brings together members of the two-spirit, lesbian, gay, bisexual, trans, queer, intersex, and asexual community, also known as a 2S LGBTQIA+ community. They're friends, allies, and supporters in celebration of the unique spirit and culture of our community by providing initiatives and events. Windsor Essex Pride Fest strengthens the sense of community and contributes to the vibrancy, health, and overall well-being of our community and its individuals in the Windsor Essex area. Today we're here to show our support for this organization, for our community and its cultural and tourist attractions, while raising awareness of ongoing challenges that still exist today, including discrimination, exclusion, harassment, assault, and many more, including isolation. A lot of our members in the community are isolated. For more information on Windsor Essex Pride Fest and its year-round programs and initiatives, please visit wepridefest.com. And I would like to introduce Theresa Sims, our Indigenous storyteller with the City of Windsor, who will be making a land acknowledgement and a traditional opening. Everybody, Theresa Sims.
We'd like to acknowledge that we're on the land and surrounded by water, originally inhabited by Indigenous people who have traveled this area since time immemorial. This territory is within the lands honored by wampum, treaties, agreements between the Anishinaabe, the Haudenosaunee, Lenni Lenape, Wyandot, and allied nations to peacefully share and care for the resources around the Great Lakes. Specifically, we'd like to acknowledge the presence of the Three Fires Confederacy of the Anishinaabe, Ottawa, and the Potawatomi. We are delighted honoring Indigenous history and culture while remaining committed to moving forward respectfully with all nations, including First Nations, Inuit, and Métis. I'd like to start with an honor song. It's a song of friendship. But the words before all of them. Ganwale dosa la song quiet liso, kajia dista hawe nianget, Haudenosaunee onkuihori niha. These are words that cover all others. When two or more people meet, we send our greetings, our thanksgiving, and love to Creator. We introduce ourselves to our spirit name. Mine is Kajia Dista Hawi. She comes from the stars. I'm Upper Mohawk, Turtle Clan, one of the people of Longhouse, and I try to follow a natural way of life. So I'd like to send greetings, thanksgiving, and love to all that are here, that our hearts and minds together as one. A good heart and a good mind. An open heart and open mind. They work together as one heart, one mind. That role and responsibility we've taken today. Also, we'd like to send our greetings, thanksgiving, and love to those who aren't here. Those incarcerated, those sick, those in the hospital, those missing or lost. Hopefully they'll join us in the future to put our hearts and minds together as one. And as we look out at creation, creation is full of abundance. Everything that we need is provided by creation. But we must remember, creation can survive without us. We can't survive without creation. So this welcome song is from the Mi'kmaq Nation in the East Coast. It talks about the eagle. The eagle flies highest. He's close to the Creator. See that there's friends coming, so it's time to prepare.
Thank you, Theresa Sims, for being with us today, for bringing your words as well as your knowledge and your beauty and your energy and your spirit. It's always an honor to be in your presence. And I just want to make a mention of all the events taking place this week that this organization has been working hard all year probably. Thursday, August 4th, Bowl with Pride at Rose Bowl Lanes. That's an all ages family event. That's a free event as well, so bring your family and bowl, and there's door prizes and wonderful community. After bowling, so bowling's at 7 p.m. At 9 p.m., Bowl with Pride is after party at the Barbershop Bar. Friday, August 5th, Unplugged at Lansbury Park Arena at 5 p.m. I'll be hosting wonderful musicians from around Windsor, Essex, Michigan, London. Wonderful, amazing. It's going to be a great night. Saturday, August 6th, Run for Rocky, Marshalls, Dieppe Park at 10 a.m. Pride Marketplace starts at 11 to 7 p.m. Once again, that's Lansbury Park. And I'll be co-hosting some of that as well. Queens of Pride, Lansbury Park, 8 o'clock till midnight. Amazing Queens. And I believe he's here today. I know assisting us was Lawrence Lavender with Lavender Promotions, helping to bring in some world-renowned queens, so thank you for that. And after party is at Rockstar Music Hall, and that's Glitter Ball, and that's from 10 p.m. to 2 a.m. Sunday, August 7th, my favorite part besides this, is the Pride Parade, and that's on Ottawa Street at 11 a.m. You can follow that to Lansbury Park or take your place on Ottawa Street and watch it. Pride Marketplace begins at 11 to 6, and that's at Lansbury Park. Pride Day at the arena is noon until 6. I will be co-hosting that event as well with Sabin from Detroit, so that'll be an amazing event. And it's always an honor to stand here. This is probably the most moving event I host because it reminds us how important our flag is, our community is, and how many allies and partners we have in the community. So our first speaker is Andrew Dowie from Member of Provincial Parliament, Windsor-Tecumseh.
Well, hi everybody. Thank you, Mel. I appreciate that warm introduction, and delighted to be here. This is one of the first events since my election, and I couldn't think of a better spot to be to celebrate the well-being of our community and making lives better. So, as your member of provincial parliament, I am very much pleased to extend my congratulations for Pride Fest's 30th anniversary here in Windsor, Essex. So, the efforts of Pride Fest volunteers over the last 30 years have built a legacy of year-round engagement that allows the 2S LGBTQIA+ community to be proud of who they are, where they live, and what they contribute to our society. So I congratulate the members of the greater 2S LGBTQIA+ community for their dedication in the past, and look forward to working with them in the future to build a better Windsor for all. And I also have remarks from Premier Doug Ford, who would love to be here. He loves a great party. Unfortunately, he's unable to be here, but he did send his own certificate of appreciation, which I'd like to present to Wendy.
Again, thank you, Andrew Dowie. If I mispronounce any words, it is senility. That's all it is. I apologize. No disrespect. Thank you for taking time out to be with us today and give our regards to Premier Ford as well. Thank you very much. I would like to introduce our next speaker, David Cassidy, President of Unifor Local 444. And he's also speaking on behalf of Unifor 200 and Unifor 2458. As a union sister, thank you very much.
Thank you, Mel. Great, thank you, Mel. And it's always a pleasure to be here. 30 years, can you believe it? We've come a long way for 30 years, and we have a long ways to go still. I always want to congratulate our LGBTQ committee from our local and in Unifor, and the chair is Dana Dumpy, who also happens to be the chair of Casino Windsor, who does so much work in our community around the LGBTQ community. And Dana, to you and your community, continue for educating us, bringing awareness, and thank you for all that you do in our community and on behalf of the union. I really appreciate that. I know that Dana and our committee has talked about the crosswalk that we've been trying to push for and get the rainbow crosswalk, and I know it's in the works, so maybe we can get it on after the summer agenda there, Your Worship, and we can get it finalized on Riverside in Quebec. I know your committee is working hard to get that done, and we'll even pay for the paint if that matters. But anyways, hopefully we can get that done down at the corner. I know that there's committees working on that very hard to get that done as well. And I'd be remiss if I didn't say that Unifor is pretty disappointed that we can't be involved on Sunday at the Labor Day Parade. We have our national convention going on starting this weekend. And you know, I'd get in trouble if I said it was the best parade. Labor Day is a great parade for us, but the funnest parade is always the Pride Parade, and we always enjoy being part of it. But unfortunately, this year we won't be able to be part of it and partake in it, but we'll be there in spirit. So, on behalf of all of us at Unifor, thank you for all you do, your committee and everybody. Wendy, thank you so much, and all the best, and have a happy Pride Parade. Thank you.
Thank you, David, Cassidy, and everyone at Unifor for you support us every day, not just at events like this, so thank you so much for that. And I would like to introduce, my notes say our next speaker, but I think we have two speakers. We have Lisa Gretzky, Member of Provincial Parliament, Windsor West, and our newest Canadian representative, her granddaughter Luna, who is 2, so she may behave better than I do.
I just asked if she's going to come up and say hi, and she said, no, I don't want to.
I want a little dragon.
but I want to have that.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. I'm so thrilled to be here with you.
I'm so sorry. I want to say sorry.
Can you have this?
No. No. Can I have now?
She's practicing for her political career. Okay. I'll let you say something when I'm done, okay? Anyways, I'm thrilled to be here with you all. I was thinking about it, and I was thinking about how society judges people and how they put them in boxes. You want to see Mel? I told Mel that Luna's a little moody today, and Mel mentioned that she's a little moody today, too. I'm always a little moody. Anyways, I was thinking about how society puts people in categories and in boxes based on your height, your hair color, your skin color, your age, your gender, who you love. And what I want to say to all of you as this is going on and continues to go on in society is we need to continue to gather like this, to celebrate who we are, to be proud of you, to be who you are, and know that in our community, you are valued, you are loved, and you are perfect just how you are. So as we raise the pride flag today, I want everyone to carry this spirit forward every single day, because it's not just about one day, it's about living it. All of us living pride in who we are and celebrating that. And I think Luna wants to say one more thing. Yeah. She forgot. Her memory is like mine.
Mine is not.
Can you say Happy Pride? No. Happy Pride, everyone. Someone else's turn.
Thank you, Luna and Lisa. You know what, it just shows to the inclusivity and the diversity and the family nature of our community. Amazing. Thank you so much. Thank you for even feeling happy to bring her and sharing her with us. I would now like to introduce Jason Toner, Director of Marketing and Communication for Tourism Windsor, Essex, Pelee Island.
Hi and good afternoon. My name is Jason, and on behalf of Tourism Windsor, Essex, Pelee Island, we'd like to thank Windsor Essex Pride Fest for again allowing us to partner and be part of the community. I want to just touch on a few things that we're doing to actively engage the LGBTQ plus community and grow that audience coming to Windsor, Essex. Last year, we were Rainbow registered. What that is working with the Canadian and Lesbian or Canadian Gay and Lesbian Chamber of Commerce. It takes a national accreditation that a business that meets stringent standards to make sure the LGBTQ plus audience feels safe, welcome, and accepted, and one of the few DMOs across the country that are certified. We're also right now working with the CGLCC and a group of like-minded stakeholders on a destination audit. And what that is to help improve the entire industry to welcome LGBTQ plus guests to Windsor, Essex. We were one of the first DMOs to do this 10 years ago, and we're updating that to make sure we're active and current, and all the stakeholder partners in the region know how to welcome this audience safely. In addition, the biggest one that we're doing is content procurement of LGBTQ plus videos, photos, and content creators. One of the bigger pieces I'm proud of is we're bringing about 15 major influencers or writers to the industry or into Windsor, Essex this year, and 5 of them are from the LGBTQ plus community, and they asked to come visit us because of how cool they think it is to come down to Windsor, Essex. I think more than ever, it's important to showcase everyone in our marketing. We've managed to cohesively work imagery and content showing LGBTQ+ audience in all of our marketing. So that's in digital ads, in videos, in print across Ontario, across Michigan, and into Ohio, showcasing LGBTQ couples and groups together having fun. We hope to continue to grow our presence with this audience, as we know our region is safe to visit and we want them to come too. We hope visitors and locals alike explore Windsor, Essex while they're here for Pride Fest this weekend, but also leave a lasting mark visiting our shops, restaurants, and staying overnight. Thank you again for the opportunity to speak, and happy Pride.
I'm going to apologize ahead of time to our interpreter because I'm going to acknowledge some people. And if she doesn't have some of the information ahead of time, she'll have difficulty. So this is my error. Before we move forward, some of us aren't speakers today, but we are very instrumental in the community. And I wanted to just acknowledge the few people I can see without my bifocals. Front and center, we have Adam, who's also known as Disco Jesus, and has entertained us for a long time and raised quite a bit of money for our community. Thank you. And you always show up incognito, and we always appreciate you. Dan McDonald from AM 800. Amazing advocate, human being, gay man, everything. Thank you, Dan, for everything you do for us. You wear it proud, I know you do. Melissa Carrier from Trans Wellness Ontario does some amazing programming within our city. So some of us are just here in spirit and to support us, but they do so much work behind the scenes, so thank you. And thank you, Jason Toner from Windsor, Essex Tourism Pelee Island, for speaking. Amazing things coming forward. I like staycations. I like to spend a day at the beach and go shopping and do all the things our area has. Put your tourist hat on and walk around the city. It's amazing. I would like to introduce Eirik Kuzmierczak, Member of Parliament, Windsor-Tecumseh.
Well, good afternoon, everyone. It is awesome to see you all out here today. And I want to begin by giving a huge thank you to Pride Fest, to Mel, Wendy, David, and the entire team at Pride Fest for organizing this incredible day, for organizing the remarkable events this week, and really for 30 incredible years bringing the community together. Let's give them a huge round of applause. You know, you look around here and you see all the partners here. You see Lisa, Brian, Unifor, you see Dan, you see just the police, the mayor here, all these partners that are here today. And really that is the fruit of 30 years of hard work, bringing the community together, pulling partners together. And again, just wanted to give you guys a huge round of applause for your tremendous work the last 30 years. And of course, I want to recognize as well give a huge shout out to our friends at Unifor and all the others in the community. Unifor, I don't think there's any greater champion than our local Unifor brothers and sisters in terms of advocating for equity, equality, and for the LGBTQ community than our Unifor brothers and sisters in Windsor and Essex. Let's give them a huge round of applause. And that starts with Dave Cassidy, with Dana Dunphy, and everybody up and down the line. So I just wanted to say thank you for your incredible work. You know, I believe that we've been put here on this planet for a purpose, and for one purpose. And that purpose is to love one another and to care for our brothers and sisters. And that is why raising the pride flag, I believe, is a heroic act. Because the pride flag represents not only the freedom to be who you are and to love who you are, but it represents the fundamental right to be proud of who you love and to be proud of who you are. And it is heroic because it did not come easy. It came through struggle and hardship and often hate and too often violence. There have been victories along the way, most recently Bill C-6, the ban on conversion therapy, and I have to say that that was a real milestone, and I have to say it was one of the happiest days on Parliament Hill because members from all parties came together to support Bill C6. But I think it's important to recognize that not all MPs supported Bill C6. And it shows us that there is much more work to be done, despite our victories, despite the milestones. And so I encourage all of us to reflect on the journey that brought us here, and also reflect on the road ahead. And I encourage all of us to take in all the amazing events organized for this week's Pride Fest. So let us raise this beautiful flag. Let us gather around it, and let us all be proud. Happy Pride Fest, everyone.
Thank you so much, Iric. That's amazing, and thank you for representing us well across the country. And now I'm going to put my glasses on and acknowledge a few more people. Colum Holmes is here today, and he's with Windsor Pride Community. Thank you so much for what you do, Columson, as well. A true hero of mine, and I hope I don't tear up. Nancy Campagna is here, so. She has spearheaded and done amazing events in memory of her son, Rocky Campagna. Run for Rocky will be taking place this weekend, so she's here as well, and I wanted to acknowledge her. So thank you so very much. And I would now like to introduce Fran Savoni from RBC.
Good afternoon, Windsor. On behalf of my colleagues at RBC, we are so proud to be a sponsor of this Windsor Pride flag raising. My name is Fran Savoni, and I'm proud to be the Regional Vice President for RBC in Windsor and Kent County. At RBC, we believe in the values of diversity and inclusion, and their power to make communities stronger and more vibrant places to live and work. In a time when 2S LGBTQ2+ rights continue to be challenged in some corners of the world, while new rights are being realized in others, celebrating Pride is more important than ever. Diversity invites us to seek understanding, and it compels us to challenge our unconscious bias. Diversity encourages us to make all others feel welcome. It empowers us to stand up for one another. It is through embracing diversity that we all create more vibrant and healthy communities. We each deserve to feel proud of who we are and who we love. We believe in the importance of this event and are extremely excited to be back here again this year and see so many people in attendance. Thank you to the Windsor Pride Organizing Committee for their wonderful partnership, and to the many, many volunteers and supporters that make a day like this possible. Happy Windsor Pride Week, Windsor.
Thank you so much, Fran, and everybody at RBC for always being a continued support of our community. Now, the next speaker, sometimes we just see the media and we see what goes on and read the paper, and we can pretty much manufacture an image. But the next speaker, I'm telling you, is a neighbor of mine, and he's a friend, and he is amazing and supports our community and this city. You can catch him at the downtown market picking out apples right beside you, like I do. He loves our city and he loves our community. Everybody, Brian Massey.
All right, happy Pride. Another one, this is exciting. Where's Luna? Where's Luna? There's Luna. Where's Luna? There she is. I remember when we brought Alex out for the Optimus Park family barbecue, I can't remember, 20 years ago, and now you're bringing Luna out here. Congratulations. Round of applause for Lisa and Luna. So exciting. I can't say how much Pride Fest has been important to our community, and I want to start though by recognizing Unifor, because if you didn't have the history, the CAW actually collectively bargained equality in their agreement. Now it's Unifor, so let's give Dave, Unifor, a round of applause. Wish Dave well this weekend coming up. They're sorry they can't be here. They're one of the funnest groups on the parade. Congratulations and thank you very much. I'm going to be real quick, but I just want to say so much thanks to the Pride Fest. But here's the thing at the end of the day. We know across the globe there are still people challenging equality, not only just here in our own communities, but also in different places across the United States and other places across the world. So I want to say thank you to all of you that come out and celebrate. I remember the first parades used to be like 3 cars and a few people, and we'd go down the street and there'd be nobody there. Now we have one of the most beautiful, funnest parades in all of Canada along Ottawa Street, which is simply amazing. And on top of all the things that you're doing, when I travel, I always look for pride-friendly businesses. But I can tell you as a white male that's actually going into meetings privately with different Congress, Senate people, MPs, and other things, I hear all kinds of things said. And all those things that are said that should be challenged, I challenge, not because you give me the strength that I see from every single day, that everything you do, and it shows itself really colorful on Pride Week, but because it's an expectation. If you come from here, you better stand up, you better speak up, and just because the door is closed doesn't mean you're off the hook. So when you go out and you have fun this week, and you talk with family, you have fun with your friends, just remember the convictions and strength that you give for all of us to stand for equality and justice for all. Thank you. Happy Pride.
Thank you so much, Brian. Amazing. And as I look around, and it takes time, and I'm old, but I shouldn't say that because I'm going to honor somebody next. Gordon Orr's here, and he's the CEO of Tourism Windsor, Essex, P Island. I think we went to school together, so every time I say I'm old, I think I insult you too, so I'm sorry, but thank you for being here. And thank you, Brian, always amazing. And from the heart and true. I would like to now introduce David Banwell, lead of Pride at Green Shield Canada.
Thank you, Mel. My name's Dave Banwell, and as Mel said, I'm here today representing Green Shield Canada and our Pride at GSC Employee Resource Group. I am the inaugural lead of our group, and I am so thrilled to be here today representing Green Shield. And, you know, after 2+ years of virtual gatherings, to be able to be here in person is really, really special. And it's incredible to see the work of the Windsor Pride Fest organizers, the community volunteers, and all of the sponsors coming together to ensure that we're here and that this event is inclusive and accessible and most of all, safe. At its heart, Pride is about so much more than just a party. Pride is about connection and community, and it's about amplifying voices that were at one time squelched. And I feel so proud to be representing an organization that has devoted itself to diversity, equity, and inclusion, and amplifying those voices even further. It's wonderful to be here for a couple of reasons, not only on the heels of a worldwide pandemic where we've all had to just revert into our shells and be resilient, but also knowing that this is the 30th anniversary of Windsor Pride Fest. And without Windsor Pride Fest, I wouldn't be up here speaking to you today. I wouldn't be leading an employee resource group at my company. I wouldn't have the courage to be out to anyone. And it makes my heart sing to know that this organization is thriving and vibrant and providing this type of support for people in today's world, in a more accepting environment. Once again, to the organizers, to the volunteers, to you community members, and all of the sponsors, thank you. Thank you for putting Windsor Pride Fest together. Thank you for making it safe, inclusive, accessible, and most of all, happy Pride.
Thank you, David, for being here today and representing us well within Green Shield family. Thank you. I would now like to introduce Tori Bonato, President of Uptown, Ottawa. And who doesn't love some Ottawa streets, seriously?
Happy Pride, everyone. I remember the humble beginnings of Pride in Windsor, a small setup in a parking lot just off of Kildare and Wyandotte. The Pride Committee used their own personal homes, the boardroom at the AIDS Committee of Windsor, which was then located on University Avenue, to put it all together. Advertising was word of mouth, the magazines of that time, and telephone calls. Entertainment was local and from London, and it only lasted one day. Jump ahead 30 years and look at Pride now. Week-long events, plus activities and support programs throughout the year. Many different groups are a part of the Pride family, and we stand stronger together today than ever before. Our fight for equality still exists, but in time, we will succeed, not just here, but around the world. Congratulations on 30 years. Uptown Ottawa is proud to be a part of Pride. Welcome back. Louder in voice, more colorful, and a greater experience to be had by all. Thank you.
Thank you, Tori. And I wasn't kidding when I said I love Ottawa Street. I used to have a little house in that neighborhood, and we wandered every day and spent money. So as well, when you are at the festival at Lansbury Park on Ottawa Street, wander around. Spend as much as you can with us, and then go and see what else the neighborhood has to offer you. It's wonderful. So even come back after the festival. Now, we're here today, and everybody that speaks and talking about the past 30 years, I'd like to say I was too young to remember, but nobody will believe that. There's one common denominator, and that's the city of Windsor. This all has taken place. I attended a Pride Festival here at Charles Clark Square, Festival Plaza, Lansbury Park, and the city has always supported us and always been amazing, amazing. So I'm actually quite moved. This is the first time I think I've had the opportunity to introduce our mayor, Drew Dilkins.
Well, thank you very much, Mel, and good afternoon, everyone. Happy Pride. What a great day in the city of Windsor. A great day to be here with all of you. And if I look around just who is sitting here, many of you I know, some I don't. And of course, we have politicians and tourism professionals and union leadership. We've got radio personalities. We've got Councillor Mackenzie and his daughter who are here. We've got the police chief and the deputy police chief. We've got Justin Lammers and others from Windsor Essex EMS. It really is a sign of the whole community coming out to be a part of this wonderful event and to say we're so proud to help support and acknowledge 30 years of the Pride Fest in Windsor Essex. And this really, each year we gather to raise the flag, we kick off Pride Fest, and we celebrate our differences and our similarities, and this is really a symbol. The flag is a symbol of pride, speaking to those who identify as 2S LGBTQIA+, and all those who are allies. And of course, the flag also evolves over time to become more representative, more welcoming, and more inclusive. And rather than focusing on the flag itself, on its colors and its symbols, I wanted to talk about why we're so proud to fly it here. This flag tells us that Windsor is a safer place for us. It tells us that Windsor is home. This flag tells our families and our friends, our colleagues and our neighbors, our city staff and all of the youth in the community that this is a place where they can and they should be themselves and where they can feel true pride in who they are. The flag is a beacon to those who struggle and to those who've overcome. It calls out to those who feel lost and to those who've been found. And wherever it flies, outside City Hall, at our schools, in front of houses, in front of businesses, it tells us all that we are not alone, that we are resilient and that we are strong. And speaking of resilience, this year sees a return of the robust festival that you had to put on hiatus because of COVID. And it gives obviously an opportunity for people and folks to get together face to face to celebrate, but I want to add my voice to those thanking the sponsors and all of the partners who have stepped up to support Pride Fest this year. Thanks as always to the Windsor Essex Pride Fest for the programs and the services that your organization provides to our community all year long. And of course, a special shout out to Pride Fest President Wendy Nicholson for leading the organization. Yeah, big round of applause for Wendy. Thank you, Wendy, for your leadership, and thank you for inviting me here to help raise the flag today. And of course, I'd be remiss if I didn't acknowledge David Lenz as well, who works very, very closely. David works very, very closely with my office on a regular basis, and both of you and the entire team here, including the people who are making sure that the banners don't fall over with the wind. You folks do a wonderful job each and every year, and you certainly, we're far better off. We are far better off as a community because of the love and the compassion, the care and the concern, the inclusivity that you add and bring forward in the community. You make this place a better place to live. Now, I want to remind you of two other events that are ongoing this week. Two other programming items. The City of Windsor, through Museum Windsor at the Chimchuk Museum, is proud to be opening an exhibit, a display called Out of the Shadows, Onto the Streets, 180 Years of 2S LGBTQIA plus Visibility in Windsor, Essex. This exhibition is a timeline organized by Walter Cassidy with artwork by Rachel Peters. We have a Rachel Peters fan in the audience. This is great. It's presented in partnership with the Windsor Essex Rainbow Alliance, Museum Windsor, Art Windsor Essex, and it will be on display at the Chimchuk Museum from August 2nd until September the 4th. And as part of this exhibition, and available throughout Pride, is a corresponding magazine that was researched and compiled in part with support of the grant from the City of Windsor's Art, Culture, and Heritage Fund. So you'll be able to pick that up and get more information and really celebrate. Really is a great opportunity to celebrate 30 years of Pride in Windsor, Essex. And I certainly add my voice to all of the others who've gone before me to say Happy Pride, everyone.
Thank you, Drew, so very much. We're going to go off script again, which if anybody that knows me, generally that's not acceptable practice. But I'd like to call our next speaker up, and the president of Windsor Essex Pride Fest, and we go back a long way, but I have something to present her from last year's festival. And this has been ongoing, and though we meet a lot, sometimes it's business and sometimes it's social, and we try not to mix the two. One of my children last year stopped some youth from destroying this flag. So she got it and held on to it and then gave it to me, and I would like to present it to Windsor Essex Pride Fest to remind them why they do what they do every day. And if you could frame this and hang it in your office. And this is from 2021, and it's still dirty and it's still crumpled and it's still a reminder of the violence or even the intolerance that exists against us. So Wendy, this is for you to hang in the office. And Wendy's going to speak for a bit, and then we will have the amazing raising of the flag. So thank you, everybody.
Oh, backwards. Good afternoon and welcome. It's so great to be able to gather again, like we did before COVID, and to start our Pride Week the right way with freedom and celebration. It feels good to say that, but I suppose it should after 30 years. That's right, 30 years. We're right here in Windsor, Essex. People have been showing and feeling pride. Think about that for a second and what that means. I mean, look around you. We've got the flag raising. It's happening, well, right now. Our own Pride Week and 6-stage festival that people love, and the biggest parade in the region. It's a little bit smaller this year. But it was always this way. It wasn't always this way, sorry. I know many of you remember how it all started. Just down the road, in the parking lot of a pub, a handful of people gathering for an afternoon of camaraderie. Wow, remember those days, some of you? I do. I remember 40 years ago. I was just starting out in the workforce and being afraid of being fired. Because I'm gay. And I'm willing to bet that if you were around in those days, you understand exactly what I'm saying. Remember back in the day, going to the tap, JP's, to name a couple, taking the last look glimpse around you, walking in, make sure you weren't being seen by family, friends, or foe. I won't even get into the crap we took about AIDS and how people said it was God's punishment. Instead, I'm going to talk about how little by little things started to change. There were improvements with HIV and AIDS. Then we started seeing provisions for legal equality. Fast forward a little to 2005, July 20th to be exact, and we see Canada becoming the third country in the world to recognize same-sex marriage. Something our own Joe Martin, who was MP at the time, played a big part in making that happen. And now, fast forward to today. Talk about change, eh? Not one of the advances made over the decades would have happened without having the support of allies, which wouldn't have happened without our community coming together. By coming together, we didn't just fight for what was right, we inspired that in others. It's made Canada a better country and Windsor, Essex a better community. Much more importantly, it's made the lives of individuals and families better. We have more than enough hate and anger and focusing too much on differences just so we can keep arguing instead of bonding from the many more things that make us similar. The second I see you as this or that is the second I stop seeing you as a person. Bam. That's when prejudice starts. They say love is the light that vanquishes all darkness and evil. So we choose to go with that, and we always will. I owe every shred of safety, freedom, and opportunity I have to those who came before me, and as they fought for through this darkness. Now it's on me and my generation to turn that to the younger generation. And also those who are still cruelly shunned can be free to express themselves and be seen as beautiful human beings they are. And in time, it'll be their turn to pay it forward for others who follow and basically spread the love, not hate. Speaking of love, now's a good time to talk some sponsor love. So I'd like to take a minute and thank Green Shield Canada, Uptown Ottawa, AM 800 Virgin Radio, Ontario Trillium Foundation, BizX Magazine, Tourism Windsor Essex Peely Island, Hiram Walker & Sons, RBC, CTV, Home Depot, Lavender Productions, McDonald's Canada, Ontario Secondary School Teachers Federation District 9, Run for Rocky, Scotiabank, St. Clair College Alumni Association, St. Clair College SRC, TD, Unifor Local 200, Unifor Local 444, All Risk Insurance, BASF Windsor, Cardinal Place, QP Local 543, Planet Fitness, Salt's Law, Unifor Local 2458, Acrolab, Bayview Glass and Mirror, Catalent, Cologne Law, Ground Effects, Monarch Bases, Basics, U-Haul, University of Windsor of Human Rights, Equality, and Accessibility, WFCU Credit Union, Windsor District Labor Council, Windsor Tent and Awning, almost there, Greater Essex County EFTO, RACO International, and NU Petrata. Yes, their support gives us the practical means to do what we do. But what's more important is their support and their choice to be visible. It shows they share in our belief of spreading love and builds a better society. Which brings me to you, each and every one of you. No matter where you are in the spectrum of, or what letter of the alphabet you would use to describe yourself, the fact you are here and the fact that you come to the festival or celebrate Pride is proof that you share in the belief too. Society is the people who are in it, and that's what makes celebrating Pride today so awesome. When I talked about our Pride Week and 6-day festival and parade, I wasn't saying, hey, Windsor Pride Fest, we're so great. No way. We're nothing if you don't take part or show up. We keep track of our numbers, and when you look at how attendance is stable and still goes up each year, you see this togetherness in action. That's all of us, whether LGBTQ2S+ or ally, sharing the joy, empowerment, remembrance, growth, discovery, affirmation, and all those things that make up our sense of pride. To be cliche, we really are a family, so thank you. So, all that's left for me to say, it's good to come back full force this year, and this year we've got bowling at Rev's Rose Bowl Lanes on Thursday, then to the park for the main event. Friday is loaded with lots of mega talented entertainment. Saturday is the return of Run for Rocky at the river, then back to the park for Family Day entertainment for everyone. Saturday night, Queens of Pride. Then we get to Sunday and the return of the parade. After the parade, we meet back at the park for the last afternoon of entertainment, most of which weekend events are free. Queens of Pride is a ticketed event. Of course, this is all happening this weekend at Lansbury Park. I look forward to seeing you all there. Happy Pride. Now, let's raise that flag.